GM, day 48, obviously, as you may see, of becoming a profitable trader. Welcome. I just want to jump in, give you a few pointers and tips, and we'll jump in straight away with something that just happened, 5 minutes ago. I wanted to highlight a very critical and important component of trading, which is risk, obviously. Now, I'm very risk averse in the sense that I risk 1% and it's just that. I can lose, I expect to lose, right? I'm just like, okay, fine. If I lose, I lose. It is what it is. Because I risked an amount that I'm comfortable with. However, now, it wasn't now, but it was yesterday, I took a limit order on gold because I saw, obviously, as you may see, 80% and I was like, okay, cool, selling, right? And I was messing around with it, and I never got quite the hang. I got it now, obviously, but I never got quite the hang of risking in gold. So obviously, like a dummy at the time, I risked way too much. So for reference, this is a 2%er, and this is supposed to be, 2%, so this is supposed to be $100, right? I managed to risk... if you know what that is, 0.45 lots on this, which means that this here was $50, like right there was $50, or it was like more like this, right? But anyways, this was 100, this was more like 50. So quite the risky trade because it went severely up in my way. And up here, we were talking about, I don't know, it was at least 150, way more than 150, like nearly closing in on $200, 100, whatever. And that was stressing me the fuck out because I'm comfortable with fluctuations doing that stuff, no problem with. Goes to my stop loss, no problem with. However, if it even remotely went past my half my stop loss, I'd get margin called because of the amount of money I have in my account. I get margin called right around this area, which means I'd lose my account because I'm way too much in drawdown. And I was watching this. I managed, obviously, thankfully, due to my amazing intellect, I managed to get out at the correct position with a $30 win. I could have gotten more. I could have gotten, $75 and, call it a good day, but I was watching this shit like a hawk. I was watching this, and when I went up against me, I was watching it for like 30, 40 minutes now. And I was like watching MetaTrader going red, and I was like, shit. And then the feelings of going back up again in green, I'm like, oh, well, I can get some more out of it. All that stuff is avoided if you just don't risk that much. If you're watching, like I literally wrote it down now, if you're watching it like a hawk, if you're dreaming or not dreaming, terrified and having day nightmares about what's going to happen if this gets stopped down. If you're, think about all the different scenarios, how you can try to avoid this, how you could maybe counter this position, all the different horrible things that can go wrong, you're risking too much. Always in my stuff, when I take a trade, I don't even think about it. I'm like, okay, done, boom, boom, boom. Oh yeah, let's lost 1%. Cool. Next. This one, I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. This can't be stopped out. I can't lose this. There's no way I can lose it because I'll blow my account. I'll do this, and do this. And in the moment, while I was waiting for this to turn somewhat green so I could just take profit and just fucking get out of there, a lesson was learned, which was just don't risk too much. Maybe you're comfortable with risking that much, but when you got sweat running down your back because you have to make this work, then it's probably not the best idea to risk that much, is it? I'd rather risk too little than too much. So, for example, now I have no idea if I'm risking the correct amount because we're on cents away from this. Until it reaches my stop loss or my take profit, I don't know. But I don't like particularly doing this whole thing, but gold is quite explosive. So I thought, I'll get it in, So it's just a slight lesson. Do not risk too much. I didn't do it intentionally. There was no intention behind it. I wanted to risk 1%. And I obviously risked 10 times more than I was supposed to risk. Because I had 0.45 lots, and it was supposed to be 0.4 lots at the least, or at the most. I apologize. At the most, right? So I risked 10 times more, which means 10 times more profit, but 10 times more loss. And I'm not comfortable with risking 10% of my account. Not at all, right? Not it. So yeah, that was not fun. So instead of risking $50, for example, I'm risking $500, which is way more than I'm comfortable with. Right? So that was just a slight lesson here. This I got an entry on, so we can just discuss the pairs for now. 0.29% up in profit. Got a B trade. However, I don't have this pair on my broker, so couldn't take the trade. It is what it is, but if this reaches up here, I'm not going to count it, but it's just fun to take a trade and just see it play out or don't. You know, we'll see. For now, we are still waiting on the 30 minute of the Euro NZD. Gold obviously is something that got taken out in the night. This was a trade I actually, unfortunately, missed, but you know, it would have violated my rules to do something like that. Would have been 0.5, and I'm not risking enough here. So I believe it was even this. This was my entry signal, or at this candle it was my entry. Or it might have been this, not certain. But anyways, order didn't get filled. At this point, I would have already been about nearly 2% profit, but it is what it is. You know, I didn't get filled. There's nothing to cry about. 1 second. I need to sneeze. Thank you. Anyways, continuing. Yes. So, there's no loss here, really. Like, I would assume people have like, oh, you know, aren't you sad that you missed out? I'm like, not really. It wasn't meant to happen. If this would have happened, you'd have been like, oh, no, too bad. But if you don't get the position and it goes against you in your favor, I already knew that risk, right? That's why I think a lot of people are like, oh, market went against me. It just tells me that you're not comfortable with what you've risked. So me doing this for a better risk to reward, I understand that sometimes I'm not going to get filled. I've just accepted that. It's just like, I don't know, it's like being angry that there's a red light when you're driving. Well, you wouldn't really be there. When you're late and you're really stressing and all this different stuff, obviously you're angry. But I'm not really angry. You're just like, oh, there's a red light. Next. And you look at it, turns green, move on. That's the metaphor I can kind of give. It just doesn't affect me. It's just like, okay, so what? I've got a million other pairs. I've got a million other stuff going on. So, yeah. So for that, if you took the trade, amazing. Obviously, I don't think you did because you're not following my strategy. I did think about making a Telegram just to send out signals so people can copy it just for free. But I'm not sure if that's something that people will be super, super excited about or even wanting to do. I think I would have to show probably a little bit more Lambos and massive payouts and stuff for people to be interested in that. But for now, you're joining me in my little journey to be profitable for the time being. So, next, USD 30. USD 30, we are currently waiting for what used to be a sweet. We have a 30 minute here. But yeah, this is to go long. I was mixing it up with another pair to go long, so we are just waiting for the close in 2 hours and 33 minutes. If it stays above that, it's a bit of an awkward position, but I'd still take it. Oop, that's the wrong tool. It is a bit awkward in my opinion, just because it's just like so far away from the area of interest. And I could definitely foresee something like this. So I'm not entirely convinced just yet. If the risk reward is there, then maybe. Just maybe. Just wait. Let's do 900. Nah, actually, let's do 1200. There. Yeah, the risk reward ratio could be there. Could be there. Don't worry, I'll see. For now, just waiting on the 2 hours. If it closes below this one, then no trade. Just waiting for the next one. Next one. AUD CAD, AUT CAD. Something I noticed, by the way, currently I forgot to say that it's 8:30. Massive buying volume today. It was just like huge. Everything's backing up for some reason. Don't know if there's some news thing. I don't watch the news, so we don't know. But for now, waiting for the break of the high low, then low low. Low high, I mean. So pretty much waiting for that to happen. Next, AUD NZD. This one, I want to go short on, but if it stays like this, I'm not sure if I'll go short. If I go long. Because now, I did not want to do that. Wait, there. I did not want to do that. This might look something like this, because if it breaks above this tells me obviously that 4 hours bullish, bearish, daily might be closing in on. Looks like it's gonna go bullish. And what about weekly? Yeah, weekly still far away. Interesting pair. I wanted first for this to just enter into this area of interest, and this could very well in 2 hours just go straight down. So I have no idea. But for now it's in the area of interest, closed in, confirmed. So we're just waiting for what 2 hours will do and take it from there. Next, GDP CAD. This one has, I believe, 30 minutes, so I can just move that a little bit closer up here. Currently just waiting for the break of the, let's see, higher low, like so. There. Higher low, and that's all we're waiting for, really. Next, AUD CAD. AUD CAD, 30 minutes, also at the same thing. Waiting for the break of the higher low, nothing much. AUD NZD. AUD NZD is the pair we just did. Let's see. GDP NZD, same thing, higher low. Waiting for this to touch this area here. For now it could be bullish, and if it did, I'd like a small just retracement so the elbow is not so goddamn far away, because let's say that even closes above here. Well, holy shit, you've got so much space between this and this, and it makes the risk reward ratio a joke because you have no idea where you're targeting, right? Because let's say that it closes here and it's here. Now we're going to alert now. Yeah, you might target here, but wouldn't it be better to just target here? But anyways, you understand the general concept. Just waiting for time being for this to break. Next, Euro USD, still not breaking the lower high, so I'm just waiting for that. GDP USD, same thing. Same thing. Waiting for the 4 hour to close here. If it does, I don't think I'm going to take this, because this is a bit awkward. Like, how are you taking it from the top here? Is there maybe a daily area of interest here? Hell no, we're on the top here. Which some people would argue, oh yeah, we're at the top, so you can go sell it because it needs to go back to the daily area of interest. Not necessarily, because where are you targeting? I could see maybe this turn into a very, very weak area of interest, because I don't have 3 touches, so not valid to me. It just doesn't exist. Same thing here. I don't like the structure in this sense that if it closes above the lower high, I'm just like, okay, down. Not interested. I'm not trying to take something on the way, all the way at the top. Because yeah, you might get it from all the way down here or back down to the daily area of interest, but I don't see it. So next, this one is a move I actually missed. I don't know why I missed it. I guess I just didn't have my alerts set on properly because I ran out because as you can see, I have 20. I need to upgrade my plan, but you know, that's due for another day. So if you look on the 4 hour, obviously, high low got broken. Massive 4 hour bearish engulfing. Would have taken that shit clean every single day. Would have been looking like something like this here, and an extra 5, so that would have been 18. There. Oh, so close. There, perfect. I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff. There, aim for 2.5. There, which we would have gotten, filled that, and we would have targeted. Ooh, not the best area. Over here. Nah, chief. Let's see. Nah. Maybe this would have been a trade I wouldn't have even taken. Because the risk to reward, that ratio is definitely not there. What is this weekly? No, yeah, not there. I'd probably do something like something in this area here, obviously, because I want to go off daily structure points. I'd do something like this. Just right in between these two, smack dab, and not all the way down to here, obviously, or here, because it's a bit too far. But for the time being, I'd be in profit and not risking too much, obviously. But missed it. It is what it is. Next one will be moved on. We'll just take the lesson with us. Next 4 hour, this actually needs to go way higher up in the priority list because we are waiting for the break of the higher low here, which means that immediately we're going to take the 30-minute trade here. So we're going to take that to the downside. However, this has retraced a little bit too far because it was right around here, which would have offered a good risk to reward. But over here, we're playing a little bit closer to the field. So I don't like this area much just because, you know, massive turning point. Massive turning point right around these areas here. Only one is this. So I'd be targeting probably, this seems a little bit too generous. Maybe some wicks here, maybe I could get in right around here and target the longest wick over here. Let's say, nah, I don't think the risk reward ratio is there. Here. But again, we're focusing ourselves on trades that haven't even played out yet. But I'd definitely need something like this to even take the trade. Because maybe, yeah, you're like 2%, but the odds are kind of against you when it comes to targeting such weird areas where daily structures point has been. So the time being, we're just waiting. No need to jump the gun. USD CAD, waiting for the lower high, obviously. AUD JPY. I think we went over this. Actually, yeah, we did. Sorry, I just moved it. Next is this one, not this one. Currently a higher high here. And what I'd ideally like is obviously what I've shown you here. Something like this. Because the time being, we're still bullish, which is not what I want because I need this to be bearish. So for the time being here, we've got a break of the higher low, which is great, but we don't have one critical component, which is the shift of structure, which tells me that this is going to go further down. So if this goes here and then goes, I mean, we already have the elbow pretty much here. All I need is this, then, and then obviously this. Then we're golden. I'm like, okay, cool, taking the trade. God damn, we've been doing this for 20 minutes already. I apologize. Watch this shit in 2 hours, I swear to God. Because I looked at the timer now, and it feels like I'm doing this for like 3 minutes. But obviously my ranting gets the best of me, obviously. 4 hours on the Euro CHF, waiting for the lower high. And this is obviously going in the direction that I supposed. Okay. 20% on short, 10% on long. Yet to explore. This one, lower low, lower high, like so, and just waiting for this to reach the daily area of interest. Same thing with this. So, and finally, this one is not really included. Still waiting for this to reach the weekly area of interest because it looks hella weird. For the time being, this is the position I'm in, and this is the position I'm in. See, this shit would I don't think I would have even been able to be recording during this if this was like right around break even. I'd be stressing way too much. You'd just see me 2 centimeters away from the screen, just making sure that by a pip I need to get out. But I just thought, exit out with the profit, re-enter with proper risk management. I'm not stressing. I already got profit in the bag, and I can just chill. I mean, okay, the most I can lose today is 1%, and that's what I said to myself I was going to lose on this trade. But anyways, I don't want to take 4 hours out of your day, so I will thank you for your attendance here. And yeah, keep trading. Don't risk too much. You'll definitely regret it, and you'll go through a wave of emotions so fast. And in the end, even if you end up with a profit, you're like, okay, thank God, I just survived. Which is what you want to do here. But you don't want to just survive, you want to thrive. But if you're just risking too much and you're barely getting by your teeth and you're constantly stressed, like this stressed me out more than it has in weeks. I've had exams that are less stressing than this. Because it's actual, like, okay, this is real. And this is my fault. Right? So, thank you again. And I'll see you tomorrow. And you'll see if my positions went profitable or not. We shall see. See you next time.